Hey everybody, Storm Tracker 2 Digital Meteorologist Bobby Corser with you here in the Weather Center. We are getting ready for Thanksgiving. Yes, I know it is still 2 weeks away, but I want to look at the averages of what we normally see on Thanksgiving and some of the records associated. We're going to look at two locations. We're going to look at Portland International Airport up in northeast Portland, and then we're going to look at downtown Portland. The Portland International Airport records are now kind of split with the National Weather Service just down the street in Park Rose, but for the most part we will use the reference as the airport to kind of cover that location. So here are your averages for PDX. Average daily high 50 degrees on Thanksgiving. Your average morning low 37 degrees. And yes, it does rain on Thanksgiving, and we average 0.32 inches of precip. Now, let's look at the record books for the Portland Airport when it comes to Thanksgiving. The coldest morning we've ever had, 20 degrees, November 27th, 1952. The wettest, and it was a deluge, it was an atmospheric river, and remember this date because you'll see it pop up again when we talk about downtown, but November 24th, 1960, 2.31 inches of rain. That is a lot. That's also up there in one of the highest single-day rainfalls of all time since records were kept at the airport starting in 1940. Snowiest, they've never actually measured snow at the airport or the Weather Service office on Thanksgiving. They've had trace amounts, so they've seen it in the sky. We call that conversational snow occasionally. But it's happened in 1988, 1978, and 1964. Let's hop into downtown. Here are your averages for downtown Portland on Thanksgiving. Same daily high as the airport at 50 degrees. A little bit warmer with a daily low of 39. Rainfall, 0.26 inches of rain on average on Thanksgiving. Here are your records for downtown Portland. The coldest morning, 19 degrees, set on November 26th in 1896. Yes, I said 1896. The wettest, there's that date again, November 24th, 1960, 2.64 inches of rain. Again, atmospheric river, total wipeout of a day, lots of rain. I'm sure it was not fun, probably pretty miserable to be totally honest with you. And we have had snow recorded in downtown Portland on Thanksgiving. 2 inches fell November 24th, 1887. Records there go way, way back. We have 70 years more of data for downtown than we do with the airport. Obviously, PDX was not put in its current place until 1940, but that is why we have this data that's available for downtown, which is great to see. I love seeing really, really old data. It paints a very good picture of our climate and what we see. One thing I did want to share with you, and I thought this was very interesting. Out at the airport since 1940, there have been 48 Thanksgivings with rain. So that's an average of just about 58% of your Thanksgivings have seen rain. Since 1874 in downtown Portland, obviously a lot more Thanksgivings, but 81 of those have seen rain, so it's a rate of about 54%. In downtown Portland, you are more likely to see rain on Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day, and Easter Sunday than you are on Thanksgiving. So Valentine's Day seems to be a little wet around here. Looking at the airport, same thing. You're more likely to see rain on Christmas Day, Valentine's Day, and April Fool's Day. So I don't know what you want to read into that or not, but if you are into Valentine's Day, you're more likely to have rain than you are on Thanksgiving, which I find very interesting as November is rainier than April, but hey, that's just kind of the way it happens. I find that very fascinating, though. It's one of those things I looked at earlier today, and I was like, man, that's really kind of cool. Now, we are 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Won't jump into a forecast now. I'm going to do that next week when we really kind of dive into what we are seeing for Thanksgiving. We're going to look at a lot of travel destinations, or if you're even staying right at home, we'll do lots of focus on the Northwest and what will come up for Thanksgiving. But this weekend doesn't look incredibly bad. I want you guys to get out there and enjoy it. Today, we're going to have rain showers. Saturday and Sunday, again, showers, but more sun breaks than we have seen the last couple days. It's actually not going to be too bad of a weekend. I think Sunday actually probably will be more dry than wet. Rain returns Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, again, showers, and then at the end of that, kind of drying out Thursday and Friday. I will say, average high temperatures right now are right down the middle. We're sitting pretty close to average. That's great. Lows are a little bit warmer than they are, but we'll start to kind of cool off toward the end of next week. Speaking of next week and Thanksgiving, models are hinting at a very big change. Now, am I saying we're going super cold or super warm? No. but models have hinted at a big pattern change coming up right around the time that we get into Thanksgiving. So they've been hinting at that for a couple days. If it's still there in a few days, we'll really dive into it. But if not, models change all the time in this time of year. Looking past 10 days, it's really kind of unreliable when it comes to forecasting with any sort of accuracy. But the signals are there, so we just are trying to kind of give you a heads up that we could be looking at a pattern change once we get to Thanksgiving week, especially later on in that week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Like I said, get out and enjoy it if you can. It's going to be beautiful out there. Can't wait to dive into the Thanksgiving Day forecast with you guys next week. Appreciate you taking a moment watching these videos, and I'll talk with you soon.